History teaches us that our ancestors were primitive, struggling with nothing but bronze chisels and hemp ropes to move mountains. But the evidence etched into the earth tells a far different story. As the first rays of a deep Andean sunset cast long, haunting shadows across the massive jagged limestone walls of Sacsayhuamán, we are forced to confront a reality that defies every textbook ever written. Look closely at these gargantuan boulders, some weighing over 100 tons, and witness an extreme macro perspective of the seams where they meet, revealing a fit so supernatural and mathematically perfect that not even a thin sheet of paper can pass. Why do these ancient structures look as if they were once liquid, poured into place with a divine, impossible precision that modern engineering can only dream of today? A digital glitch flickers across the stone wall, a ghostly reminder asking the forbidden question: why did we forget this? While static electricity sparks across the screen in a dance of lost energy, traditional archaeology, rooted in the idea of slow, linear progress, struggles to explain this seamless, gravity-defying masonry. But the modern construction industry doesn't want you to ask these questions. To admit the truth would be to shake the very foundations of the expensive, fragile, and inefficient technology we pay for in our modern world. We turn back the clock, peering over aged, yellowed parchment maps and hand-drawn sketches of early explorers, lit by flickering candlelight in a dark, silent study room. They documented feats that baffled the greatest minds of their time, and as we look at a split screen, a massive modern hydraulic excavator straining to lift a single small rock on one side, while the eternal, giant walls of Cusco stand unshaken on the other. The truth becomes undeniable. Deep in the Peruvian highlands, the wind carries a rhythmic, low-frequency pulse that seems to vibrate in the very marrow of your bones, echoing a technology not based on fire or steel. Imagine a shamanic drum being struck in slow motion, dust particles dancing in the air like tiny stars above the hide in the warm, orange glow of a campfire. As we track through the narrow, echoing stone corridors of a pre-Inca temple, a hand reaches out to brush the cold, smooth surface of a megalithic block, feeling the texture shift from rough to glass-like. What if the secret to building these monuments wasn't physical strength, but the manipulation of matter through vibration, a secret that has been hidden in plain sight for millennia? The stones themselves seem to hum with a latent energy, a memory of a time when they were not solid, but malleable, responding to the harmonic frequencies of the universe. To understand the secret of the Andes, we must look beyond the surface and witness how stone can become as soft as butter when subjected to specific, resonant frequencies. This is the mystery of the silent stones, a story of a civilization that understood the universe's secret language, the language of frequency and resonance. As we look through a microscopic lens, we see the crystalline structures within the rock beginning to vibrate, or glowing with an eerie blue internal light as the frequency rises. We see a 3D animation of a solid gray block becoming semi-transparent, its atoms agitated into a frenzy until the entire mass begins to sag and flow like soft wax. This is the phenomenon of stone liquefaction, a process where solid matter is coaxed into a temporary liquid state through the power of harmonic resonance and molecular agitation. Notice the pillowing effects on the lower tiers of these walls, where the massive stones look as if they bulged outward under their own weight while in a plastic semi-liquid state. This isn't the result of simple polishing or manual labor. It is the physical signature of molecular agitation that fundamentally altered the stone's properties. Many stones exhibit a vitrified, glass-like coating that reflects the sky like a dark, obsidian mirror, a signature of heat generated not by fire, but by the friction of atoms vibrating. Imagine a team of ancient builders standing in a circle, their voices joined in a single, deep, humming reverb that matches the heartbeat of the earth itself. As their chant intensifies, we see a massive block begin to glow with a soft golden aura, its weight seemingly evaporating as it is guided into place by a gentle touch. This knowledge was not magic. It was a lost branch of physics, utilizing the sophisticated ceramic vessels of the Moche culture as complex acoustic resonance chambers. When a shell trumpet is blown, we see the sound wave travel as a visible, shimmering ripple through the air, vibrating the very landscape with unseen power. On a metal plate covered in fine sand, we watch as the frequency of 432 Hz, the harmonic frequency of nature, organizes the chaos into a perfect, complex geometric star. These patterns are mirrored in the very layout of the megalithic sites, where a blue laser scans the surface of a polygonal wall at Ollantaytambo, revealing hidden interlocking 3D shapes. In the darkness of ancient caves, the deep chanting of shamans creates a resonance so powerful it makes the camera shake, proving that sound can move more than just air. This is the same principle of acoustic levitation now being explored in modern laboratories, where small objects are suspended in mid-air using only ultrasonic transducers. To the ancients who mastered this, a 100-ton block was no more a burden than a feather, moved by the invisible hands of sound and the focused intent of the mind. As we look at the world from high above, a 3D map reveals glowing ley lines, an energetic grid connecting Giza, Stonehenge, Easter Island, and the Andes. These sites were not isolated. They were nodes in a global acoustic network, placed with mathematical precision to tap into the Earth's natural piezoelectricity. And we see the same scoop marks in quarries from India to Egypt, looking as if a giant tool had carved through solid granite as easily as ice cream. Every site is a song, and every stone is a note, whether it was an Egyptian priest with a sistrum or an Andean musician with a pan flute. They were all tuning into the same universal symphony, using mysterious protrusions or knobs on the rocks as points of contact for acoustic transducers to tune the stone. Our modern world, by contrast, is built on planned obsolescence and environmental violation, seen in the rusty rebar sticking out of crumbling concrete, a symbol of a civilization lost. We use brute force, which is loud and destructive. They used resonance, which is silent and constructive, aligning their work with the eternal laws of nature. They utilized the flow of water through carved stone channels to generate the energy needed to soften the molecular bonds of the earth, creating life-giving structures. We have traded the eternal laws of nature for the convenience of the machine, but the stones remain, patient and wise, witnesses to the rise and fall of countless modern ideas. They remind us that true power is not found in exertion, but in alignment with the fundamental laws of reality that govern the stars and the stones alike. The stars and the stones are part of the same song, but we are the ones who have forgotten how to sing it, lost in the noise of our own creation. As the first rays of the sun hit the Intihuatana stone at Machu Picchu, turning the gray rock into a glowing golden altar, we are reminded that the future is not found in a lab. But within the echoes of the past, we find the keys to our survival and a renewed understanding of the physical world we inhabit. We witness the meticulous precision of ancient stonework, a testament to a level of consciousness that integrated art, science, and spirituality into a single, unified discipline. The massive walls of Sacsayhuamán are not merely fortifications, but masterclasses in geophysics and acoustic engineering that have withstood the tests of time and tectonic shifts. Every joint and every angle was calculated to resonate with the planetary pulse, ensuring that these structures would remain eternal monuments to human potential. When we observe the vitrified surfaces, we are seeing the literal melting of the mountain, a feat achieved without the carbon footprint of modern smelting or industrial manufacturing. This was a clean technology, a silent power that harnessed the very building blocks of reality, the atoms and molecules, to reshape the landscape according to the divine geometry of nature. A fast-paced montage flashes before us, a vibrating sand pattern, a perfect stone joint, a chanting shaman, and a modern levitation experiment, all pieces of a single, ancient puzzle. We are a civilization with amnesia, finally starting to wake up to the message written in granite and limestone, by those who walked the earth before us. The secrets are not locked in hidden vaults or classified military documents. They are open to all who have the ears to hear and the eyes to see the beauty of the frequency. Vibration, frequency, resonance. These are the keys to the universe, standing on the threshold of a new age of understanding where the past and future become one. We must let go of our arrogance and realize that our ancestors were masters of a science we are only now beginning to rediscover in our most advanced laboratories. As a young child stands at the edge of a mountain, holding a conch shell to their ear, with a peaceful, knowing smile, we realize the connection has never been broken. Now stop looking at the rocks as dead matter. Start listening to them as frozen music, a celestial melody that has been playing since the beginning of time. Are you ready to reclaim the knowledge that was lost in the shadows of history and step into a world of harmonic potential? The frequency is all around you, in the air you breathe, in the water you drink, and in the very soul that gives you life, waiting to be rediscovered. The camera zooms out slowly from the peaks of Machu Picchu until the whole mountain range is visible, then the entire blue planet vibrating in the silence of space. The future is not ahead, it is within, coming to a single, pure white screen with the faint, glowing words, "The future is in the past." We return to the final shot of the massive walls of Sacsayhuamán under a brilliant, infinite starry night, where they stand perfectly still, eternal, and waiting. The screen fades to black, and a single, clear, low-frequency Om sound resonates through the darkness, vibrating into the void before finally fading into absolute silence.
Thank you for watching. This immersive experience was brought to you by the power of AI storytelling. We use artificial intelligence to reimagine the past and entertain the curious minds of the present. The quest continues.